Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the opposition preview and match build-up for Arsenal's trip to the King Power Stadium to face off against Leicester City. A game that I never ever look forward to, especially at the King Power Stadium since they were promoted back in 2014. It's always been tough for us, and it feels like you're playing, as I said in your preview, Anthony, it feels like you're playing you guys for like the 9th time this season. So yeah, Anthony from LCFC Boya YouTube channel, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. In terms of the actual league, I'm brilliant. Let's not talk too much about Europe, though, but Premier League-wise, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I can assume that, yeah, you've had a brilliant season. I didn't expect you guys to be up there. I don't know if you guys expected to be up there, but yeah. So in this video, going to be talking about basically Leicester's season so far, the upcoming fixtures, recent meetings between the two teams. We'll keep it between 20 to 25 minutes. I'll have the timestamps down in the description and in the comment section. So if you want to forward to a specific part like the prediction, you can just do that. So that time on the channel already this season, it's not like 1 year, it's like 4 months or 5 months. But yeah, I always enjoy facing off against Leicester. So first question, Anthony, I'm going to ask you is, at the beginning of the season, right after you lost that game to United, 2-0, I think, at the King Power Stadium where Lingard scored and cost you Champions League football, what are you expecting for the next season immediately after that? Did you want to top 4 immediately?
So what I was thinking is, I was saying this on a Leicester podcast that I was doing, a lot of us weren't feeling hugely confident because Timothy Castagne came in. He's been absolutely brilliant, but he was a bit of an unknown.
Yeah.
Who else did we sign? Wesley Fofana being absolutely incredible, but again, a bit of an unknown. So there's a lot of people worried that it was going to be a really tough season for us. And I was really negative, I can't lie. And I said I thought we would struggle to get top 10, but the season we're having, it's been absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So what were you hoping for, top 10?
I was saying top 10, and I was hoping that we could qualify for Europa League, whether that be 7th or win like just a cup competition, because the FA Cup, that I know you guys have won it a lot. That's for one competition domestically we've never won, and a lot of Leicester fans would really love to see us win that.
Yeah, and Carabao Cup has its own, as in City, they always win it every single season. So you're still in the FA Cup. You never know. You've done well this season, so you never know what's going to happen this season. So on Thursday, there was a time I thought Leicester will get 2 goals and they'll come back against Slavia Prague, and we were 2-1 down. I was like, Anthony will be happy and I won't. How things quickly changed, I couldn't believe it. So what went wrong against Slavia Prague? I thought this would be like, when you drew 0-0, I was like, this is a perfect result for you guys. You're going to whip them 4-0 at the King Power. What happened?
The mentality right from the start just wasn't great. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it was almost laboured in the first half as if, oh, we'll get a goal, and stuff. And it seemed like it was almost an arrogance about the first half, of like a lack of effort, which is so rare for a Brendan Rodgers side. And just once we went 1 goal down, I know you can easily turn a game round. Well, I say easily, you can turn a game round with 2 goals and stuff. It never looked like it was going to happen. I can't think of one like big opportunity we had in that game. So, like, I hate it when other fans do this, so I'm going to try and avoid doing it. Slavia Prague absolutely deserved exactly the result they got. We were awful, and like, credit has to go to them. As bad as we were, they fully deserved to go through.
And I thought that was, you guys had the best draw, like in that round of 32, like Slavia Prague would have won to that team. So I didn't really watch the first half of the game because I was recording the match reaction for Arsenal, which was immediately before. In the second half, when I came to the TV, the people who were watching, the first question I asked, is actually Vardy playing? And the answer was yes. And is Barnes playing? Yes. I was like, what is going on? Then I knew Maddison wasn't playing, but I was like, this is kind of your first team. So I was wondering what was going wrong. And then you guys considered a second. I was very surprised. Realistically, where did you want to finish in this competition?
I wanted us to go as far as physically possible in it. But the thing is, saying it was a first team, it was quite far from a first team, because Barnes only came on for the last 10 minutes. Ricardo came on for the last 10. and Castagne, but still there was enough quality on that pitch to have a real go and probably should have got through. But I hate saying this, but like silver linings and all of that, the fact that we'll be not playing Thursday, Sunday, in a bid for top four, that might be the only positive you can take from it. But I would have loved to have a proper European run, because I know for you guys, you're in Europe almost every year. This is probably the second time I've seen Leicester in Europe, and it's just disappointed that it ended without even having a proper fight.
Every year we might not be there next year. We could join the club. We could join the club very soon. But yeah, still confident. So that was the Europa League. I really expected Leicester to go far. I was actually talking about a possibility of United, Tottenham, Leicester, and Arsenal being all in the quarterfinals and maybe in the semi-finals if they avoided each other in the draws. So I was very surprised you guys went out. But since you guys went out, if United also go out to AC Milan, and we go through, I'll feel more confident about winning the cup, because I really wanted to avoid Leicester United and maybe a Rome or something. So yeah, let's get back to the Premier League. I'll have your results scrolling down the bottom right now. Just read them out right now. This season, you're currently in third position, same points as United. You've played 25 games. You've won 15. You've drawn 4 and you've lost 6. You've scored 44 goals. I think that is the third best scoring record in the league, behind United and City, if I'm not wrong, or United and Liverpool, one of those. And then goals conceded 27, I think that is the 5th best. Goal difference 17, position third, points 14-9. So is this why you expected to be this season, or did you expect better or worse than that?
No, I didn't expect to be competing anywhere near the top this season. So I think I'm absolutely thrilled with the season that we're having so far, but I think we've got to carry it on. Like, at the end of the day, where we are at the moment doesn't mean anything. It's where we are at the end after 38 games. Yeah.
Last season, you're also in the top 4, like, for the entire season, and I was surprised you didn't finish it there after.
Yeah. To be fair, last season, the amount of injuries we had, restarting, allowing 5 substitutions, just the way that we didn't respond to the restart at all, and certain other teams did. So I think this year we're much more equipped to deal with it, because last year at the end of the season it was such a unique way, and we just did not have the squad to be able to play every 3 games. And the teams that we were competing with in terms of Chelsea and United, their squad's huge in comparison to ours. So it was always going to be an uphill battle. And then when you're bringing in Ryan Bennett on loan, who's now currently in the Championship and struggling at that, it put the writing on the wall, really. But still, 5th place was a good finish, but it was just I think it was just heartbreaking the fact we were so close yet so far from the Champions League.
He was very good at Wolves in his first season. I was very surprised that he was doing poorly after that. So this season, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you've done very well away from home, but at home it's been very, very shaky. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions from that. So far this season away from home, from the top of my head, I can remember you beat Leeds, I think 4-1 or something away from home. You beat City by 5 goals. You beat us at the Emirates. You beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium. So out of all those away results, which one has been your favorite so far?
That's a difficult one, because we haven't lost to a top 6 team away from home apart from Liverpool. I enjoyed the Man City one, but it was a bit of a one-off game. Well, I don't want to say one-off because that discredits us, but it was sort of the fact that it was a makeshift Man City backline, and it was all what went wrong with Man City. But I don't know. There's been I enjoyed the Tottenham one as well so much, because it was at the point of the Tottenham title challenge, and we well and truly put an end to that for a second time. The second title challenge of Tottenham's Leicester have ruined. But I would probably say that one. I also enjoyed beating Villa last week. I do love getting one up on Villa.
I celebrated that Tottenham win like I was a Leicester fan. I remember Maddison also had a disallowed goal in that game. So it was a very good goal So very, very good results there away from home. And at home, though, you've lost a couple of games. So West Ham at home, I think they beat you. Villa as well, Leeds as well. So which has been your most terrible result at home so far?
Oh, where to start? So probably Fulham, And that was because this was before Fulham picked up any form. Fulham looked like the team that were competing for Champions League football, and we looked like the team that were in a relegation battle. They had all their own way, and they played absolutely brilliantly. We were awful. But what else? I can't think of any other games. Everton as well. That was a frustrating one because we had a lot of the ball, but just created absolutely nothing. And it was so predictable with Everton parking the bus at home, and I don't blame them for doing it. But we just played straight into their hands of like sitting on the halfway line. But then, if you're going to do that, you've got to move the ball quickly and try and break through the low block. And we just didn't do that.
Yeah, and Richarlison, I think, scored in that game, if I'm not wrong. So it was terrible results at home. Really surprised with that. I always fear going to the King Power Stadium. It seems like you guys prefer going away. And from at home, which has been your best result so far at home, if any?
We've had some good results at home as well. Like, I know we've had some bad ones. We have had some very good results. We turned Liverpool over 3-1. We beat Chelsea at home. We got a draw with Man United. So it's not as if like we've lost every game at home. It's just the games that we've lost have been frustrating ones.
Yeah,
but I'd say my favourite one was a 3-1 against Liverpool, just because it's a team that we bend over for year after year after year. And then, if you're watching.
Liverpool like gifting you goals, Alisson gifting you goals. It's been a terrible month for him. All the best to him. So let's go back to your away results again. Which has been your worst away result so far?
Well, we've only had one bad away result, which was Liverpool. So,
so that's the only one.
It's the only one that we've lost. So I think that picks itself pretty much.
Okay, so in general, what has been your best result so far this season, home or away, or any competition?
I'd say Liverpool, but I've also got this little thing. My cousin's a scout, so he rubs everything in my face. So it just made it that little bit sweeter against Liverpool.
Yeah, and I know also Con always bagging you on Twitter. So I understand that as well. So next up. Those are the Leicester results. So next up, I'll have your next 5 fixtures on screen right now. So I can see, obviously, you have Arsenal at home next, and then Burnley away, and then Brighton away, and then I think after that is an international break. And then when we come back, it's Sheffield at home and City at home. So 15 possible points, Anthony. How many points are you expecting? How many points would you be happy with from those 15 available?
I think realistically, you're going to laugh at this. I think realistically we could get 13, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if we got 7.
So which one would you be happy with? Would you be happy with, say, 8, 2 wins, 2 draws?
I wouldn't be happy with it, but I wouldn't be happy with it when you see teams like Burnley, Brighton, Sheffield United. You've got to be taking. If we've got ambitions of getting to the top 4, you've got to be beating teams such as that. But I'd say 11 points I'll be happy with, but realistically I'd be hoping more 12 or 13.
I'm assuming Sheffield is the one that you really want to beat. That one has to be a must win.
Yeah. Well, I'd say Arsenal's a must win because you can't. I just don't think you can lose 2 games in a row. I know it's in the Europa League, but in terms of the mentality of the squad, you can't lose 2 games in a row. It's just but momentum's such a key thing in football. So I think Arsenal, for that reason's a must win. Brighton, Sheffield United, and Burnley. If you've got top 4 aspirations, you've got to be picking up as many points against the bottom half teams as possible. And then Man City, they look unstoppable, but we have done them once this year. So
so for the Arsenal game, I'll give you a point. For the Burnley game, I'll give you a win, 3 points, and then Brighton away, I think you'll get a point. Brighton always play very well every single game. They're just usually unlucky. So that would be 5 points. Sheffield is going to be a win, 8, and then City probably a loss. So I'm going to go for 8 points for you. So you said you'd be happy with 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. That would be fine.
Yeah, if you gave that to me now, I'd take it. but realistically, I'd hope we could get 4 wins. But you can, but that's more because of like relentless pace of the teams around us. But yeah, I'll be happy enough with it.
Okay, so the previous meetings between Arsenal and Leicester City, definitely not Sheffield, Arsenal and Leicester City. Let's be honest, Anthony, we have not enjoyed our trips to the King Power Stadium. Since you were promoted back in 2014, we've traveled there 6 times. I remember, I think it was your second game. I think your first game back to the Premier League was Everton away, right?
Home.
I'm not wrong. Everton at home. Okay, so I think you had Arsenal in like the second or third game that season, and then we drew 1-1. I remember, I think it was Ujoa who scored against us. I never forget this Leicester's people scoring against us. And then the next season, your title-winning season, we beat you 5-2. We were the only team to beat you home and away. And then since then, it has been terrible. Let me be honest, it has been terrible. You've only scored 7 goals. You guys have scored 11. 3-0, 3-1. We've picked up a red card with Niles. Mavropanos picked up a red card in a different season. You cost Emre his job last season. That was his last Premier League game for us. Yeah. The previous season, you cost us Champions League football because you only needed 1 point to get Champions League football. So it has not been enjoyable for us traveling to the King Power Stadium. So is it a game you always look forward to?
I don't know. It's one of those, because every time you play us, you've got the quality to hurt us. And I know you've been shocking this year.
Yeah.
But you've still got the players to hurt us. But at the same time, I think we've always, particularly at home, less so at the Emirates, but particularly at the King Power, we've seemed to always have your number. But I don't know why that is.
Yeah. I'm not sure as well. You know what? I actually do know why. That guy on screen right now, always, this guy haunts me every single time. Like, Drogba scored, I think, 9 or 10 goals against us in the Premier League. That is Jamie Vardy. I was talking about Jamie Vardy. So
you were saying Schmeichel.
I actually had a picture of Schmeichel up. Oops. But yeah, he was one of the reasons as well. Always saves many shots against us. So that is Jamie Vardy finally on screen right now. So Rooney scored, I think, 12 goals against us in the Premier League, and Vardy already has 11. So he's only 1 away from equaling the most goals against Arsenal. That is crazy. He's already passed Drogba. He's already passed the likes of Darren Bent, Robbie Keane, who always scored against us, Crouch. So he's always a very, very good player in this game. So how important is he for you?
I think he's obviously very key, but I think the fact you see the notion sort of sometimes that we're a one-man team. We're really not, though, when you see sort of Harvey Barnes, the amount of goals he's scoring. He was our top scorer this season. Obviously, he's not going to be playing, but Maddison chipping in with a lot of goals this season. Tielemans from a bit deeper. So undoubtedly, he's key to us, but we're far from that one-man team.
Yeah, that's right. So earlier this season, we played you guys twice in September and October. The first one was in the Carabao Cup where we beat you guys 2-0. That was Ateta's first and last trip to, first trip to King Power Stadium. We won it. So let's hope for more of the same. 2-0 victory in the Carabao Cup. And then a month later, you came to the Emirates Stadium and you had a masterclass. Like literally you defended for 80 minutes, brought in Unda and Vardy, and they one attack and it was a goal. And you beat us. So that was bad memories. I think that was the start of our bad run. I think from that game, we had lost to City previously, and then we lost to you guys. We beat United, then after that, we lost, I think, every single home game after you guys beat us at home. So what do you remember from that game at the Emirates Stadium? What impressed
you honest,
you most?
You had a lot of chances that game.
Yeah.
And you missed a lot of chances. And the thing is, like, at 0-0, I know we were very deep and defensive and stuff, but at 0-0 with the attack and the pace that we've got, we're always in a game. We can always be dangerous, like no matter how much you're dominating a game. In terms of the counter-attacking we've got, we're always dangerous. And that was shown with Under and Vardy. I would have liked to have seen a bit more of Under this year, but I think Brendan Rodgers just got that game absolutely down to a T.
Yeah, masterclass. And we, as Arsenal fans, were screaming if Vardy comes on, he's going to try and score a goal. But yeah, you're right. We also denied a goal in that game. I still believe it wasn't offside. I think Lacazette blocking Schmeichel or something. I still think that wasn't offside. But yeah. This season, who do you think has been your favorite player this season? Who would you say has been your best player this season?
That's a difficult one because my favourite player this season's been Ndidi. I think he's just absolutely brilliant. But I'd say our best player's been either Barnes or Maddison, both stepping up absolutely massively. But when you look across the board, really, we've had lots of players who are playing really well, which I think we need to have, like, to be competing towards the top end of the table, because we can't spend, like the other clubs, millions and millions on players. So you've got to have sort of the like team spirit of and a lot of players playing well, which we do have. But I'd say out of the best players that we've had, I'd say Harvey Barnes.
I mean, Justin has also done so well this season. I didn't expect him to be that good. Unfortunately, he has that injury. It surprised you as well, right? Or did you know more about him before?
I knew that he was a good player before. We saw that last season. I didn't realise quite how good he was and how versatile he was as well, because he's played left back, right back, centre back. He's even played on the wing once. So to have a player like that is absolutely huge. And I know quite often you have players like that and they can fill in and sort of do a job, but he's done more than that. He's looked at home in every one of those positions.
Yeah. So let me know what your starting lineup will be for the game if you are the manager.
Or if I was Brendan Rodgers, so I would stick with a 4-2-3-1. That's sort of a preferred system. So then in goal, we'll have Schmeichel, right back Timothy Castagne, Evans and Ciencio as the two centre backs, with Luke Thomas at left back. Tielemans and Ndidi as that pivot in the midfield. Tielemans, like in the last game, Tielemans played as a 10. He has to be a part of that pivot. It's one of the best sort of defensive midfield partnerships in the league. Putting him further forward, we lose so much of that. But then getting into the attacking players, so on the left-hand side, Harvey Barnes, on the right, Ricardo Pereira, and then as the centre forward / cam, Iheanacho, who is more going to be a support striker instead of like your typical number 10, and then striker Jamie Vardy.
You really have to play Vardy. You could put in your nails Albright and some Ayoze Perez. What just happened to Ayoze Perez? You guys don't seem too impressed. I heard you say in one of the previews that confidence player. I think you say that about Perez.
He's a confidence player, and also he's been playing. I don't know. His confidence has been on the floor, and he's been not playing great. But then he doesn't help himself by doing some strange stuff. But on his day, he can be a brilliant player, but we just haven't seen that enough from him. But either way, he's injured for this game.
So Ayoze Perez is injured. Maddison is injured. Albrighton on the bench, or is he also injured?
Bench, yeah. Prayet's another one who's injured. Justin's injured. Wesley Fofana's injured. Morgan's injured. Fuchs is injured. But Castagne, you won't hear about them because we're not Liverpool.
Castagne is also injured. He was injured before.
He was injured before. He's just about coming back, same as Ricardo Pereira. We've both been injured. And then we've had Johnny Evans out for parts of the season, and Ndidi. We see Maddison. Our injury list is ridiculous.
Yeah, I love the way three shots at Liverpool in one shot stream. Connor would be happy to hear all that. So prediction time, Anthony. Prediction time. What is your prediction and who will score?
I'm gonna go with a solid 2-0 Leicester. Vardy, and I feel like we're finally going to score a goal from a corner. So I'm going to go Ciencio. Vardy and Ciencio.
You've considered a couple of goals from corners recently. Leeds, I think, Everton. You also considered an own goal of Aubameyang against Burnley from a corner. So you've been defending those very, very well recently. So who will be your most important player again for this game?
Same as most games, Wilfred Ndidi, the engine room in that midfield.
And which player do you think you need to watch out for most at Arsenal?
Which one? I'd say Aubameyang, but as I said before, you've got the quality across the pitch in players like Aubameyang, Odegaard. Is Thomas Partey fit? Is he available?
Yeah.
Thomas Partey, Saka. You've got quality across the pitch. So Aubameyang's a big name, but there's players across the pitch who can hurt us.
Yeah, so the one thing I'll say about Arsenal and Leicester, it's always dramatic. Like, there's never boring, because you said Leicester, Slavia, Prague was boring. There's never boring games between Leicester and Arsenal. I remember that 1-1 in the first season, that 5-2 full of goals. I remember you guys coming to the Emirates and Aubameyang having a masterclass 3-1. I remember you guys again coming to our place last season after Nketiah got the red card and Vardy equalized. Same as this season again, Vardy in the last few minutes again scoring the winner for you guys. So many different games and dramatic. Also a 4-3 at one stage, the first game of one season, where Giroud scored the winner in the last minute. So many dramatic games. So which one have you enjoyed the most, if you can remember?
That's a difficult one because we've had some good games against Europe. I enjoyed last year's one quite a lot. The thing is, we absolutely dominated that game as well. I enjoyed the one at the end of a few seasons ago where it was Riyad Mahrez's last home game, because I don't know, I just miss having Mahrez on the right hand side. What a player he is! But I remember
also in the title-winning season, that Welbeck goal in the last minute. So many dramatic goals in this game. It's been only like 6 years. We thought we'd win the title after Welbeck scored in the last minute that day. So it's been a great game.
All of you guys were celebrating it as if you'd won the title, and then there's all those photos from your team in the dressing room and stuff.
I really thought that was it, man. I really thought that was it as well. I missed that goal as well. I think I'd gone to put a drink or something and never expected that goal, and then it came. So thank you very much for coming on. When is your preview out so they can check it out?
It's currently uploading at the moment. I'm trying to get it out by 6, but Potato Wi-Fi Central is probably going to have something to say about that.
Well, let's hope the Arsenal's defense is not as slow as your Wi-Fi, because Vardy's a mess. Vardy always messes us up. So make sure you check that video out. I'll have the link to his channel down in the description, and the video immediately puts it out. Where can they follow you on Twitter, Anthony?
So two places. So Beyond the 90 on Twitter, I do a lot of posts on there discussing a lot of Leicester things. And then my personal Twitter, LCFC Boya. So again, just chatting shit about football, really.
Yeah. What if the game is 120 minutes? Would you call it beyond the 120 if you're still in the Europa League and you had extra time? That would be interesting. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you head over to Anthony's channel and check it out. Leicester against Arsenal on Sunday, third meeting of the season. 1 win apiece for each of the teams. Leicester standing in third, and we are currently 11th. People have been saying they've replaced us as the top 6 teams these days. So let's get our position back. Let's put Brendan Rodgers back in his place. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.